Whoa, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Lion's Den with Seth. I'm Seth. We got Big Herm in the building. What's up, homie?
What's going on? Give me 1 second. I'm tripping, man.
Why you tripping, bro? You know we was gonna be doing this.
That's what I'm saying. I had that whole time to get my stuff together, and I still didn't do it. But anyway, I'm here.
You there? What's up, bro?
Man, I feel like we ain't did this in a while.
Well, I mean, life been lifing, you know what I'm talking about? I had to go home, take care of some business, you know what I mean? You was on the trip, so we had to do some things, but everything is good. We here, we there. You dig?
Oh, man, it seemed like the world is spinning out of control, man. So I'm glad that we're able to come back on for a little bit of normalcy. You know
Just
what I mean?
Just
a little bit of normalcy. For you guys watching tonight, try to block out everything. And just get ready for a good show because we got a good one coming for you guys today.
We do. Hey, and for those of y'all, if this is your first time tuning on in, let me tell you a little bit about the Lion's Den, y'all. So what we do is we focus on all things leadership, growth, and development from the household to out in the community. You dig? So that means more than just being a talking head. You know what I'm saying? Or heads, if you will. It's really about getting out there and helping to uplift those individuals. Now, here's the deal. We may not all agree about the direction the mode, right, of how we get to where we need to be, but we can all go in the same way, right? Sure. As far as helping to uplift individuals. And sometimes the talks is crazy. They're real. They're funny, right? But we're in this together.
And that's the thing, man. Like sometimes miscommunication can also get in the way.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, man, because I remember when you first told me about this show, you told me that we was going to have The Undertaker on. Man, I got my WWE belt ready, man. The damn smoke going. I was ready for this show. You know what I'm saying? I was like, The Undertaker, how he pull that? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to jump off the top rope on this one.
You're so stupid. No, I ain't saying
that. We still lucky, man. We're still all good, man, because I got the opportunity to talk to this guy.
Yeah,
and I feel like that he's about to drop some information that for people that's going to help them with life moving forward, you know what I'm saying, at a very sensitive topic.
No, you're absolutely right. So look, y'all, as we get into this, I just want to welcome y'all here, right, to the Lion's Den. But, today, like you said, we're going to be stepping into this world that many of us might find kind of difficult, you dig, to talk about, but it's the inevitable. Right. And so as far as the whole human experience. So we're going to be talking about the funeral chronicles. All right. And today we got our special guest, Koirtney Teat, up in the building. Right. He's the funeral director here in Fairview Heights in Illinois. Now, he works with families through the most vulnerable parts of, their lives and family moments of whatnot. Right. But he's going to be giving us some information behind the veil of like how things be getting in. So without further ado, y'all welcome my frat brother, Koirtney Teat, up in the building. Yeah.
Hey, that's how we coming in?
That's like what's going on? And look, what's up, everybody? What's up? Nate, what's going on? Sims, what's up, brother? Hey, how you doing, man? Hey, she said, hey, you're the best. You got your fam watching in. Hey, look at Sims. Rich, somebody here, all right. This out of line. But anyway, what's going on, brother? Welcome to the Lion's Den.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
So I'm gonna let Herm kick it on off, man. As we get into your funeral business.
Before we get into it, man, hey, Koirtney, man, why don't you tell everybody just a little bit about yourself, your background, and everything before we kick off these questions.
All right, I'm trying to make this short. All right. First and foremost, I'm married. Been married 23 years. Have an adult daughter, 30 years old. I was born and raised in Chicago on the best side, which is the South Side.
All right.
I went to the Limberloon Tech High School. Shout out to my Swoop family. Went on to Macomb, Illinois, in Western Illinois University. Shout out to my SQDH brothers. And I went on to mortuary school, SIU in Carbondale. I've been in the funeral business. This is my 30th year. My start was at Officer Funeral Home in East St. Louis back in 1995, where I started my internship and my first employment there.
Man.
Nice.
So I'm going to ask you a question. I know everybody done asked you. So you already got the answer, man. Why? You know, man, what
Out of all things.
Yeah, you said I'm going to college to play with dead folks. Like, how did that happen? You know what I mean?
Why is always playing with their folks?
You doing something with them? Well, no. Go ahead.
I don't know what cartoon sparked this off. I just got to know where did this come from? Yeah.
Because you got a calling for this, bro.
Yeah, you got to.
Well, it's I guess you all consider it weird. Being born in Chicago, at 10 years old, I knew I wanted to be a mortician. We had a church on the corner of our block, and we also had a funeral home that was maybe 5 or 6 blocks away from it. I used to just go in there and talk to the owner, which is the late Mrs. Lena Bryant, and she used to tell me, different things. And so after that, I just started going into church, looking at bodies and running out of the church and saying, hey, this is what I want to do. I was looking at people clothing and their makeup, and I was like, I don't even know why at 10 years old I was looking at all of that, but as soon as they set the body up, we noticed that they would leave. We'd go in there and look at the bodies. Right on. Once I told my parents that I want to be a mortician, like, where did that come from? They had no idea what I was doing. And nobody's in my family morticians. No funeral business. For that, it was my calling. I answered it, and here I am. I'm blessed to do. I'm blessed to do what I've been called to do.
Absolutely. Oh, shout out! No, that makes sense. And you know what? It's also a gift too, right? Because not everybody know what they want to be when they grow up. Like we say it, you get what I'm saying? Like, did you know you was gonna be what you were? Like even coming in the military. Like, did you think that you wanted to come in the military? Wait, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a professional wrestler.
Oh my God!
I'm not even lying, dog. Right. Man, come on, man. We talking about 10 years old.
It don't matter. Like, I guess
I wanted to be Hulk Hogan, dog. I didn't want to be with dead people. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do.
I could dig it.
I mean, what you want to be at 10 years old? What did you want to be?
You know what? I don't know. I just wanted to be a kid. Be a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
you know how advanced you gotta be at 10 years old. You know, all right, I'm gonna do it, and then mess around and do it, and something that specific too.
Yeah, that's
it's not like firefighter or a cop or nothing. You know what I mean?
He said, I want to really dress up dead people.
I want to be in the funeral business. That's respectable.
Well, I came up in the age that I had two. I was blessed to have two strong fathers. My biological father, George Teat, and my godfather, his father's name was George, but his name is now Robert Heimer. And these two got my father. That's all he talked about. Hey, what you gonna do when it's time to pay your mortgage? I'm like, dude, I'm 10 years old. Why are we talking about mortgages and bills and all that stuff? Hey, you getting out of my house. It wasn't my mother and father, they pulled all the safety nets. It wasn't hey, when you go to college, your room will be it wasn't
you can come back home. It wasn't none of that.
That room turned into a sitting room. It was over here. So
to make it work.
When I got to Western, hang out with all my boys, and when it started getting late, I started thinking about, man, if I flunk out of here, I ain't got nowhere to go back. Then I was like, get out of my room. I got to study, y'all.
Right. I could dig that.
I know where to go.
So Koirtney, so now you done finished school, right? You're starting your internship.
Yeah.
What was your first real moment when you was like, man, you know what? I know I made the right decision for me. How did that feel?
It just came normal. I think my friends and family was more scared of the bodies than I were. I think when I first saw it, I knew I was supposed to be here. It was like, it's time to get to work.
See that makes sense. That makes sense. And I mean, not everybody's going to dig what you're trying to do, right? Yeah. So it's all good. But look, I got this question though for you, man. It's like
one thing I want to say to us is that I wrestle with that thought of being weird, and
I wouldn't call it weird though.
No, but I mean, he probably did in his circle, right? Yeah. It's different, But
it took our first lady Rosalind one day. Waddell, she had said, "Son, you ain't weird. You just different." And God has not set you to be like everybody else.
That's
and
right.
that day on, I embraced it.
That's
See?
what I'm talking about.
And I
That's
can
why you need mentors, man.
That's
Yes.
right. Real people.
Yes.
And
you
people
gotta
that can
listen to 'em.
yeah, and that's how people can see certain things in you that you just don't know how to cultivate. So, but even with that,
Man, my
and I'm
mentor,
sure-
hold on, my
Go ahead.
mentor told me, man, I'm not fat, I'm big boned. And that's why I go with that. You know what I mean? But go ahead, Seth. I just had to throw that. It was
no,
on
you
my
didn't. You didn't have to throw that out there. You didn't. Throw it back. See, yo, look, ladies and gentlemen, so this is the other side of the show, right? Every once in a while, we got to get some little mess sprinkled up in there. But anyway, Koirtney, back to you. This idiot. What was I going to say? Yeah. So we talked about even before the show,
Okay.
different types of misconceptions and everything. But what type of misconceptions can you, no kidding, debunk? Right? Because you've been doing this for like what, over 30 something years. You dig what I'm saying? So
Right.
I know you've heard a lot, but what can you clarify?
Well, one is your funeral director is not no spooky little old dude.
Right.
I'm 53 years old. My hair's still black. My hands ain't cold and all that, and I'm just spooky and trying to take all your life insurance. Number two, you asked me.
Well, continue.
Okay.
A lot of situations that things happen in funeral homes and funeral services. It's not always the funeral home's fault.
Okay.
Sometimes we go to families calling us at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, just trying to make changes on programs and things, and they order 15 programs and 500 people at the funeral, and everybody saying, "Man, that's bad on the funeral. Funeral home know it was going to be a big service. Why don't we attend?" This is what the family paid for. This is why we only have 15 programs and there's 500 people here, and now you running into the back of the church trying to print programs off a black and white printer and blaming it on the funeral home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that leads me to a question. Seriously, like we talked earlier, we said everybody knows that they're going to die, right?
Yes.
It's going to happen. But some of us know, like some of it's not. Like I can understand some folks, like it's an instant thing, like it was unplanned. But you have somebody that's been sick for a long time, right? And you know they're not getting any better. What is the best advice can you give those families leading into it, as far as how to prepare for it? You know what I mean? Because it's got to be tough because you're dealing with it as somebody that you love. Do you suggest them getting somebody to help them with it? You know what I mean? What is the best way they could set themselves up for a smooth service, a smooth transition in your professional experience?
Okay, so that could go both ways. If you have let me just give you a scenario. If you have a family, a mother or father that has multiple children, if that person has just say 5 kids, it's always one that's going to be taking care of that parent, but the other 4 always got something to say about what the one is doing.
Mm.
And so, yes, we'd like for them to plan ahead, but that one person who's taking care of mama or father, they almost take it like that's their parent and keep the rest of the siblings out. And that's what brings the chaos of the pre-planning. Like, oh, mama ain't gonna die. Well, she's on hospice. They didn't already say she gonna, but they get in their mind that I'm watching her go down or watching him go down. They keep the siblings away. And so when it's funeral time, now that's when the chaos is.
So essentially, or another example, I guess, could be an individual feel as though now it's their job to be the matriarch or the patriarch of the family and kind of say, I'm gonna handle everything.
Yes.
And then when everything is unfolding,
yes,
they're trying. Oh, okay.
And Herman, I want to mention this too, that since you brought that up, that I have noticed being in the business for 30 years that I have buried a lot of caretakers before the person they was taking care of. They died before the person they take care of.
Wow.
Because it's so much wear and tear on you taking care of somebody sick that you neglect yourself and you end up dying before that person willing in a wheelchair to your funeral.
That's crazy. I never thought about that.
Did a lot.
See,
now I'm not saying don't take care of your mother and father. I'm not saying that.
but you got to take care of yourself.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it a lot.
Wow. Well, look, man. Hey, look. First of all, I want to shout out everybody that's tuning on in, y'all. Look, we're having this conversation about the funeral chronicles with Koirtney Teat up in the building. You know what I mean? Woo! So look, hey, so these questions is coming in, y'all. This is wild, but it makes sense, and some of this is family. Right? Just normal family things. Some things are cultural, right? That we're going to be, talking about. And there's a difference. But the thing is, we also understand the inevitable, right? And that inevitability is that your life will soon end. So again, shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Hey, look, got a question here. So can you speak to prepaid service options? Is it wrong? Or excuse me, is it worth doing? And I've heard mixed feedback.
I can answer it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. To me, pre-planning is an excellent way of once it's pre-planned, you have two parts to a contract in a pre-plan. You have the guaranteed side of the funeral and you have the non-guaranteed. The guaranteed side is what the funeral home can guarantee, which is merchandise, like the casket, items like that. We have to freeze the cost of that on the guarantee side. Mm-hmm. The non-guarantee side, which can change like when the person expires, is that cemetery charges. So we'd have no charge of programs, flowers. So if you pre-plan ahead of time, those charges, those guaranteed charges could be freeze. And if they, it could be 20 years or whatever, the funeral home has to honor it. And so once the death occurs, you pretty much need to know the day and the time, and it'll be funded.
I think that's important, man.
That is. Hey, look, both of y'all know this brother right here. Listen, he said, my question is, how did you get him away from the Frisco gang? How did we do that? Mac, you mess.
Hey, there's another question from a services brother of mine. I don't know why it's not popping up here on the side. Mm-hmm. But from A.D. Dunklin, he's asking from your experience, which company offers the best burial policy? I've never even heard of that.
Okay, so we saying
insurance, right?
We're talking about life insurance.
You said burial policy. Is that a thing?
What company?
Yeah, offers the best burial policy. I never heard of that. I don't know what that is.
Well, that is the same. Pre-need is different companies. Me saying the name on it, that's like advertising for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What should they look for in the burial policy?
There we go.
There you go.
Okay, what they should look is make sure it's going to an insurance company. If we take money from a family for a pre-burial plan, we in the state of Illinois, I'm also a licensed insurance developer. You have 30 days to put it in some type of plan. You can't put that money into your funeral home account, because if your funeral home goes defunct, that money is trapped into your account. Whereas a lot of different policies are transportable, meaning if you write the plan with a funeral home, it's not necessarily mean you have to go with that funeral home. You could transfer it to the funeral home of your choice. If it's properly put into the right company. Let me just say that.
So you do insurance, I make ice cream, and you do
Stop it.
Stop it. I'm just saying. I'm trying to figure this guy out over
here. No, you ain't.
I'm a life insurance agent, because you have to have a license to sell pre-burial plans.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, you have to have that license.
Herman, so let's do this. Why did you call this brother an ice cream man?
My man told me before, like in the backstage, he said that he also runs a crematory. Now, if you hear crematory, you are taking ice cream.
Only if you a Big Mac. I don't know anybody that would say, "Oh, with ice cream."
Crematory. Get out of here, dog.
You know what? I'm done. You got a question. You got a real one because you're out of line. You did.
Terry asked another one, and I'm curious about it too. Either your experience or experiences that you can validate in your circles. Have you seen any like spooky stuff that like, dang, let me get about this business because this ain't for me? Like something that's like kind of threw you off your rocker a little bit.
Like one of them caskets in the back just closing. You know what I'm talking about? What would you do? You just say, "Oh, that's gravity."
Yeah, he's been in 30 years, so he didn't. I don't know. Go ahead.
I mean, you know, when people's not in the business, if you don't, not even in the business. If it's just life and you don't know about something, and you really, really don't know about it, you just start making up stuff like what y'all making up now. All this people sitting up and falling off tables and stuff like 30 years. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the body does make some sounds. I mean, during the embalming process, you might hear rattling in the throat.
Because the air,
moving out. Air, or it's nothing for them. You just hope they don't time out right. That they hand can slip off. If you got their hands up, their hands can just slip off the table or whatever. You know, it just that could happen. We just put the hand back and keep on moving.
Keep on moving. So essentially, you are desensitized from this type of, from that type of stuff. Like it just happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think that to a point that the bodies has never been a concern. It's the families.
Right.
I have to put that energy in serving the families because it's so much when the death occurs, so many things starts. You know, mama said I can have her couch. Mama said I can have that dress. I'm gonna wear the same dress my mama got on in the casket. It's so much. What colors we gonna wear?
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, to people, we have a service. The person have a funeral service, and they're gonna be cremated after the service. You know, I've had a young lady. She wanted her mama dress back.
What?
She was gonna wear it. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, wow. That's off the chain right there. But I mean, I can't boy.
And probably our people. But anyway, go ahead. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah.
Hey, I can answer Danielle's question right there.
Hold on. We got something else up in here. So from Rich, he says, so give an example of a service where the family was well prepared and all went smoothly. And do you have a checklist to help you to focus towards a smooth service?
Brother Sims, that's an excellent question. I'm telling you, when I get families that it's a smooth service, I really want to clone them.
Right.
I want to clone that family because the next 5, no. You can have, when you got 20 people trying to make funeral arrangements at the same time, you know it's going to be chaos.
Right.
And so someone asked me, it's like, so when you got so many people making arrangements, T, how do you handle a crowd that big? I said, well, if it's 20 to 30 people, I said, I'll pick out 3 out of that 20. One of them is going to take care of the business.
Right.
The second person they're going to be the crowd shaker. They go, shut up. You ain't got no money.
Right.
I don't even know why you're here. They're going to ruffle everybody's feathers. And then you got the third person, the crier. The crier is the one.
Oh, the breakdown. Wait, what about the one that tried to get in the casket with mama? You had that?
Yeah, that's the crier. So you got that 3. I talked to them 3 out of the 20 to 30 people that's coming. Wow. So the crier, while the crier is crying, I'm like, you want to pick daddy's suit or what? Or they dress for mama? Yeah. And they all right.
Wow.
You give them something to do. What it is you heard me. You paid attention to me when they didn't. That's how they go.
See, go ahead, Herm. You want to take this?
So it says, so how should families financially prepare for funerals outside of insurance? Like, what is the bare minimum for people what is the bare minimum people? I hate when you try to make me read and shit, man.
Go
like,
ahead.
what is the bare minimum people should expect to pay for burying and cremating their loved ones?
All of that is
it based off of your finances?
That's what you expect to pay as far as price and everything. That's all region. That's all city. That's at different funeral homes. I got a funeral home that right down the street charges about $2,500 more than I do for cremation. That's just right down the street from me. So it's just different.
So I heard recently that really good funeral directors start GoFundMe accounts for their people. Shed some light on that,
bruh.
That's what I mean. I think I saw that on TikTok or something. I saw it on TikTok.
Don't they put it on their website? On the funeral home website. So
for fish fry, something like that.
The fish plates. I know you do the fish plates.
No, I don't do them, but it happens quite a lot.
Just to bury them?
Yeah,
Hey, I want to pause 1 second.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Because I'm making a lot of light and jokes and stuff like that because make no mistake, this is a very serious topic. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that we're able to get this information out to everybody because it really is dropping stuff for you guys to know, planning in the future. But it's deep. It's very deep. It's deep for me. You know what I'm saying? I know it's deep for Seth and probably deep for a lot of people out there. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to add humor to the education. So don't think that I'm taking it lightly. I'm not. You know what I mean? It's just something that I got to do for myself.
Because, and I mean, even with that being said, though, man, this is a good segue, right, Brother Teat? Like, how do you help individuals truly to cope? Because that's important. Because individuals grieve differently. You dig? Like my uncle just recently. This is less than 2 weeks ago, right? He's gone. All right. I've been on him my whole life, but it's like everyone deals with things, right? And in our own special way. So how do you help families?
Well, if it's one-on-one situations, most of the time I like to talk to different family members after the funeral process because the age and time that we're in now, we having millennials starting to handle funeral arrangements for parents. And so when I get this call, they say this. They like, Mr. T, you're gonna have to walk me through this because I have never made funeral arrangements. So now I know I got to talk to this person, a grieving person, because the thing is this, a lot of people would say this. They's like, I didn't even know it was this. You know what? The world don't stop when my loved one passed. I mean, these bills still coming in. This is still going on. And I'm trying to grieve, but I still got to take care of business. And so when I talk to that person, I got to just get them ready for, okay, this is the next step. This is the next step. And possibly what expectations they can have from other family members. Because I always ask them, is somebody helping you with this? And so this could be millennials or not another generation. If it's just one person, I just have to see what was they like with they loved one, how far did their relationship go in. I always got to throw some type of funny lines in there. Once you get up to lab, they open up, and then you could take it from there.
Good.
And because the funeral business is a ministry. It's profitable, but people can see through if you just all about the money or you about to take care of the families. They can see that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I do what I love. I mean, but you got to take care of business. You got to take care of the family. I wanted to say something. I know some things go through your head. So you mentioned something about life insurance. And I think that as a people, life insurance, we get so caught up on what somebody gonna do with the money when we gone. We so worried about what. Oh no, they ain't gonna be doing that with my money. This and this and that. And we tend to just get money just to bury us. Whereas if you look at other races, they have gotten rich off of life insurance.
That's how they do it. Yep.
A lot of them, they say they self-made. Yeah, they self-made off that inheritance from that insurance. That people got business policies on them. They
Trust.
got trust. So it's a whole lot of this stuff to talk about. So it's more than just I'm just gonna get enough just to bury me. No, it's if you want to have some type of lease or leave something, it's more than just burying yourself. You gonna leave some bills here for somebody else. If you didn't plan right. And you already it's a statistic that says 70% of Americans cannot even handle a $500 emergency.
Bruh, that's real. Like even a blown out tire.
Yes.
Right? That would be the difference between paying your bill, right? Keeping your lights on. Yeah.
Hey, Brother Seth, I said that say this. This person can't handle a $500 emergency, and now I just dropped a $6,000 bill on them because I ain't had no insurance.
Stop.
So speaking on that, if you don't have the funds, what do those people do?
They just pretty much scale down the service. You know what? We ain't got it. We just gonna
do what?
We're gonna creep my mama or daddy. Or I'm not trying to be funny. They go with the plates, GoFundMe's. And you know what? I know some people don't even realize that GoFundMe, the origination of GoFundMe was not for funerals. GoFundMe was originally started for Kickstarters for businesses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you seen it. You got a great idea. People just gave money, and somebody jumped in there and said,
somebody. So look, check this question out though. But how long do you keep the body?
That's
like
yeah,
so like, do you keep the body as long as these spaghetti and fish plates getting sold? I mean, you put them on ice. Like what you do? I'm serious.
Hey, we have just like most funeral homes, they want payment 48 hours, 72 hours before services. When people can't come up with that, we have to reschedule the services. You could be in refrigeration, you can get storage charges from that. But I've been fortunate in 10 years, I hadn't had nobody to abandon their loved one with me. Somehow, I don't care if it's a neighbor. A neighbor come, hey, we can't do this. I'm just gonna give it.
We're gonna make it happen.
It is.
So, hey, Herm, hold on. Let me ask this one question. All right. Now, I know you done seen a lot. I've seen some things too, but I just want to know, and I can't be the only one. Have you ever officiated or helped to put on a ceremony when the family really couldn't reconcile the fact that the individual is gone? Okay, like it's done, and so they're indirectly kind of like praying for the person to kind of pop on back up. Like, listen, no shade. I'm just saying sometimes grief is a thing. Have you ever seen that? They like, look, she about to get up in a minute. As a matter of fact, we got her shoes right here. I believe. You get what I'm saying? Like, have you ever? I'm not being silly, y'all. I'm serious. You have?
Yes. I had a family. This young man had died in a car accident, and they had the autopsy scheduled for him. And I'm talking about he died in his car, and he had a lot of trauma to his body. The auntie called me and was like, can she come and lay hands on his body before they do the autopsy to bring him back? I was like, no, ma'am. No. And I'm thinking like you all looking at me like, man, I was like, I can't believe this. And then even after the autopsy, she wanted to come and lay hands on this man and bring him back. If he came back, I'd have been out of the business. It's over with.
Right.
I think it kind of goes to Richard Simmons. I'm not saying
Now,
Richard
Sims. Yeah, right here.
Because my time in the lab, I had to deal with a dead kid before. You know what I'm saying? And I remember holding that child. That was not my child, one of my troops' children. Holding that child, thinking that that child was going to wake up, man. And it was a crazy feeling to me. You know what I mean? So the parents was like holding them like, wake up, wake up. You know what I mean? Because it was an infant. It was born on Thanksgiving, died on Christmas Day. Right? So I know it's got to be different dealing with parents. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with parents that lost a child. Can you speak on that? Like, how was that experience for you?
It's endearing. You have situations that when you, I mean, I'm actually active. I'm still the embalmer for the funeral home, so it's not like I'm just funeral director and not. I'm just deep with the parents. So I'm preparing the baby, and then I'm going to talk to the parent, and it's just this certain look they have on their face, like they that's not there, and it's a certain anguish, but they still want me to take care of business and still be personal with them. I never know what it feel like to lose a child, and I hope I never have to have that feeling. And it's just that now that's talking to them before the funeral, during the week, and after the week, because it's not registering with them. It's like it's like, and even when like we have certain ways that we dress human bodies or what have you, but babies. Definitely, their clothes is going to be in order, everything, because I've always prepared that the mother always want to hold that baby again. They taking babies out of caskets and putting them in mother's lap because I just prepare for it. I know it might sound strange to some people, but it happens more than.
Hey, bro. So, bro, Sim said, "Tell him what you did for him."
You know what? But Brother Sam need to get off here.
No, hey, I mean, look, hey, we got the chapter watching, you know what I mean, the world watching, you know what I'm saying? But this is real, right? Because he experienced the loss, right? His son.
Brother Sales is like, I think that my wife always says that, I'll be out here laughing and joking all the time. But you catch me at the funeral home, I got game face on.
That's true.
But when I met with Brother Sims, he was like, man, he said, you still joking like ain't nothing going on. I was like, hey, but he said, I feel so much relieved, him and the wife, that I just stayed a normal person, like, hey, this is my brother. This is my fraternity brother. This is my brother. And we're going to make light of this situation, even though it was a tough situation, losing a son.
Correct. Well, no, that's good. And I'm sure he appreciated that.
Yeah.
I am. Go ahead, Herm.
Man, that right there. Well, I don't know. Hold on.
You need a minute?
Yeah. You got a question?
I know. I get it. All right. So look, check this out. Let's do this. Let's switch because I'm not really familiar with this. But so shout out to Stephanie. She says, what's your opinion of crowning ceremonies or presentations? I'm not sure, but she says that they've always been popular in the South, but seems to be getting more popular in this area. The response from the audience is always mixed. What is that, as a matter of fact?
Well, good question, Stephanie, my friend. I would say this. I love being called the Undertaker. That's old school, and I still got old school mannerisms with the funeral business. The crowning is when somebody's walking down the aisle with a crown on a pillow, somebody's singing a cappella, I should wear a crown, and they march and high stepping, and they place a crown on the deceased head. I don't offer that service. I mean, the family has asked, and I have a staff member that would do it, but I'm not for it. I mean, you should wait for your crown in heaven.
I dig it. Hey, shout out to Jeff. He says he watched me do my son's hair at Teat's presence, and Teat's presence helped me tremendously. Yeah, that was heavy too. But yeah, man, I've never heard about that. Well, look, what about this, right? So in Africa, I believe it's in Ghana, right? Shout out to my other family over there. But I've seen this as well. They kind of set the bodies up to kind of emulate whatever they used to do back in the day. And there used to be a show back in the day. I forget the name of it, right? Hey, somebody in the chat put it on up there. But I remember one episode, they made us kind of like the setting of a club, okay? Because whoever was that passed away, bruh, listen, they had the damn Black and Mild in one hand, like some crown, and the other one, disco lights, and he kind of leaned, but this is the deal, he wasn't sitting down, my fault, he was leaned up, like, you seen it? So what do you think about
when is enough? Like, do you honor everything?
No. But I mean, what, you set them up the way they live? I mean, what you do? What you think about that?
Well, as an owner, my number one thing I think about is liability. Just the thought, I mean, I could prepare somebody to stand them up, but the liability of them falling is a big, like, one and falling on somebody. Then you got possible leakage from the nose or the ears, because the body's not totally drowning inside.
Correct.
You got a person laying on the floor, and some blood might be coming out their nose, out their ears, and the family, mental anguish,
bruh.
That's mental anguish right there.
That is.
So, I will let other funeral homes handle it. I guess one of my services that we had, it was pretty decent. 2 years ago, we buried a young man in a glass casket. So in this glass casket, you can't hide nothing because you can see all the way around it. So it's got to be on point, nothing goofy, nobody moving and shaking this and that. And that was probably one of the toughest things to do, that everybody can see all the angles and nothing can be took, nothing can be undone.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Go ahead, Herm.
So I mean, Crystal Smith just asked a really good question.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I think this is important. Like, when you're dealing with it, how do you handle your mental health, and also for your staff, and I don't know how big your staff is, but the mental health and self-care, considering like a lot of people are putting their emotions on you at the end of the day still. How do y'all handle that?
Man, that is an excellent question. My pastor and first lady, they continue to be like, hey, you all right, bro?
Yeah.
Because as my pastor would say, he said, funeral professionals, we make it look easy, but they don't understand that like you said, the stresses of that family. That's pretty much my family for that week, and they issues is gonna be on me for that week or 2 weeks or what have you. And I gotta go home after that. And so I'm a type of person. I'm not a drama person. I don't like watching TV that drums up drama. I don't even watch TV because I had to deal with so much at work. I can't go home unless somebody entertain me with drama. It just,
bro.
Nope. If it ain't Sanford and Son or Mark, I'm not watching.
Hey, that's your ringtone. Yo, man, like, we was at a meeting, all of a sudden we heard.
That's how I do it. When the business is slow, I take my breaks. Because I got to mentally come down and just get through, because our business is 24/7. When I'm up, that phone, business people don't pass 9 to 5. They die at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Ooh,
and
yeah, that's true.
They like, hey, you need to do something like right now. And it could be 70 inches of snow on the ground with ice up under that. You need to get here and get mom.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. You know what? My fault, bro. That was your phone out of line. You need to keep it on silent. But look, we got this question right here. Check it out. So you mentioned the importance, or want to know if you can talk about the importance of the customers confirming their policy status to ensure it can be handled over to the funeral home directly versus direct refund policy.
Direct refund policy. Well,
what is that?
Okay, so is this person already if this person already have a policy with a funeral home, I would suggest you call to get the status, or you could call the company. If you got the paperwork, you could call the company yourself to get the status of it. And not only pre-burial plans, I suggest that people who have life insurance to call and get up, because these life insurance companies are selling to other companies every day.
Like mortgages.
Yeah. You look up, you get this whole new name in the mail. You're like, you don't even open the mail, but that's your new life insurance company.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's so goofy. I didn't know. Well, I guess. I mean, it makes sense. It's a business, right? And it happens all the time.
Yes. It's crazy that man, I tell you, this thing can go so long. It's so many different facets of learning different things. Like in the state of Illinois, just say for instance, you worried about, like you said, you got insurance, you don't get nobody no information about where the insurance is at or what have you. You still got bank accounts and stuff like this, and you pass. And all this stuff is now people trying to get where your insurance policy at. Now, in the state of Illinois, if you have money in that bank, after 3 months of inactivity, that family might get a letter saying somebody need to do something to this account because they consider that as abandoned funds and the state can take it. Your money.
Yeah, I've heard that. I think Kentucky's like that too, I believe.
Wow.
Okay, but I just don't understand. Okay, so if I don't have any transactions on this account for 3 months, you consider it as abandoned funds and you could take it. How about I don't pay my bills for 3 months? Won't you assume that debt?
Right. Wow. Yo, for real. I didn't know that either. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Yes.
Wow. Well, look, how about this though, right? Do a transition one more time, because you've been doing this for over 30 some years, right? And so not just a funeral director, right? Working at an ice cream parlor or whatever. But as you saw the shift after, prior to COVID and after, how has the business changed, if it has?
Cremation is rising, definitely. Our funeral home is probably still at 70-30, still having earth burials, 70%, 30% cremation. And the cremation part now is not all about money anymore. It's a lot on some wishes. People have the money to have a regular funeral, but they like, mama wanted to be cremated or daddy wanted to be cremated. So that's the process now. And so it's more profitable for us to have a funeral, but since I own a crematory, I'm still here to be able to service them on both ends of it, funeral or cremation. And so here we service all different races. So cremation and with Caucasians and Asians, and it's all rising. And so, hey, now it's a point of, it's not pretty much about what color your skin is that how much it costs.
What color is that green? I get it.
How much green it costs.
Right.
That's what we're looking at now, because it used to be all white funeral homes, all black funeral homes. But now everybody looking at that price.
Didn't think about it. That makes sense, man. I appreciate that. Man, this is some schooling. Hey, so when I talked to Herm about this, I'm like, hey, man, look, we're about to have a conversation, right? And this is what we're going to be talking about. And we didn't know how this was going to happen, but really, this is so informational, because you because the conversations can be uncomfortable
Yeah.
at the time. You know what I mean? So how do we have those conversations? So it's super dope. It's super dope. I appreciate it.
I do have a question before we get ready to roll it out. Is people that might consider this as a career, right? They're thinking, hey, you know what? I might want to get into this career field. What advice or what should they know about themselves before they decide to go to college to do this, or before they decide to intern for a funeral home? What should they know about themselves, or what advice would you give them as they move forward?
Excellent question, Herman. First, I want to say that if you're going to do it for the money, don't get into the business. Once you get into the business and you find out it's way more into it than you thought, meaning that, first of all, I want to say this. I don't understand why people don't look at it like this, but it is funeral business as a person as an embalmer. That's a trade business. It's a trade. Before I got the funeral home, I was a tradesman. I embalmed for multiple funeral homes, and I still embalm for multiple funeral homes. And so if you could get into the funeral business and be that trade person, or, move into being ownership of a funeral home, that'd be good. But you have to be ready mentally and physically for what's ahead, meaning that, hey, if in the beginning of it, they told us in mortuary school, it's going to be, you got to have a good partner, because it's going to be a heck of a sacrifice on your relationship because of the getting up at 3 o'clock in the, where you going? Hey, I got up 5 o'clock in the morning. You getting up, boom, you just gone. And that could be stressful on relationships. People, like I said, people not going to pass from 9 to 5. You got to be on call. You can't go on that vacation this weekend or this week because somebody. So you, in the beginning, you're not going to have no normal life. If you're trying to have what they call balanced work life, funeral business is not for you in the beginning. Once you get past that window, because it's tough. Another thing too is the confidentiality.
That's right.
Like, you gonna know business of certain people that some people and their family don't even know. Yeah. They be like, hey, my sister and brother, they don't know nothing about this. So that piece right there, I think that's more grander than when everything before I said that. If you can't keep information, if let your mouth run like water, or everything got to go on Facebook or some type of social media, funeral business is not your business. That's a lawsuit sitting waiting for a funeral home. You got to post this and this and that, and this family did this family did that. It's
hold on. What's up, huh?
I'll be posting, man. Go ahead. No, I don't want to stop your phone.
I was gonna say, like, what? You know what I'm saying? No, that makes sense though, because because when people are emotional, they're like, I can't stand. Look what they did to
somebody girlfriend that they ain't know about is inside the crowd. You know what I mean? All kind of crazy stuff can be happening. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've known multiple people that got fired for taking pictures of remains.
Ain't that crazy?
And sharing them with folks. Yeah, because I guess they want some type of sensation, or I'm important. But no, if you funeral business not for you, if you got to post everything, and because it's a lot of sacred things that we do that in the prep room or in the funeral home that the public don't need to know.
Yeah.
Wow. Whew. Wow. That's man. I want to thank you though, man. So before we get off, right? Because Hermie's going to have his 2 cents and then as well. But
2 cents, dog.
Yeah, no, I know you got 2 cents, but to close it up. But I mean, let's talk very briefly though about what you want the Funeral Chronicles to be. What's your aspirations, man, as far as getting into this digital space?
Well, my auntie Susie that's watching, I'm sure she's all like, when you gonna write a book about all it? Because I be telling her, like I'll tell you about these crazy stories. She said, you need to write this down.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to have. Maybe a book will come along. You know me, we don't read books no more, but we'll watch a podcast.
We don't read books, Herb.
We'll watch a podcast at a heartbeat.
Right,
So,
right.
I want this podcast to be, I mean, it's going to be humorous, but it's going to be informational. And it's so many different subjects to talk about. I already got the first subject I'm talking about. And the first subject is going to be about next of kin.
What you mean?
That's all I got to say. That's going to be
okay. Because if all right, so how about this? Individuals think they're the next of kin, but they find out that they really not.
Because they weren't married.
And weren't even married. Or you think you bury your mama.
Now y'all trying to go right into the Chronicles.
But what happened was you thought
he
that
was separated from.
Right.
The wife that he was separated from. Man, because dude, put him in the damn river. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, what happened was they liked each other, but they really married this person, and then that's what. So they ain't your mama.
Yeah. That ain't even his real kid.
They ain't your family.
Yeah, man.
Yikes, man. Okay, so you want to do the podcast, right? You want to get it in?
Huh?
That's it. So you want to get a podcast in, right?
Yes, definitely.
Hey, so when you get that on and popping, I know you got information. As soon as you get that on and popping, we're definitely going to push that out.
Oh wait, no, we with it.
We definitely going to push that out for you. But on the way out, I want to thank you for coming on to the show. This was a very engaging show. I think people learned a lot, especially judging from the questions that we got. You know, people really want to know about what you have to offer. Yeah. I recently, last Christmas, I went through the loss of my father. You know what I mean? So I really never, thought about the need for people that did what you did. Even though I did it vaguely in my career field, not to y'all extent, but I want to say thank you for what you do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? What you guys do is fill in the gap for people that are grieving and really don't know how to move forward, what they need to do next, how to honor their loved ones in the correct way. And you guys always have the right answers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are very, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to speak for the people that I dealt with. I'm sure you're the same way, very accommodating, very understanding, because you know that these people are hurt. You know what I'm saying? You said that it's a trade. It's definitely a trade of love, man. So thank you for everything that you do, and judging by these comments and the people that you helped in these comments, I know you are the same man. So thank you for what you do.
Damn right.
And I thank you. I appreciate that. I think that a lot of people don't understand that, especially during COVID. I don't even know they call funeral directors first responders, but we was just
hell yeah, you should be
overwhelmed. And I think that average person don't understand all of the diseases and the bacteria that we are exposed to every day: AIDS, hepatitis, HIV. Airborne diseases, flesh-eating diseases.
That's right.
Embalmers, funeral home attendants, we are exposed to all these different bacteria, and people just like, you know what? So what? But the expectation is, well, you chose this profession. It's just like, disrespect. We just ask you disrespect what we do.
See, that's dope, man. You know what? I have one last thing, but I want to give it to you. Like the things that you've been doing for so many years and being great at it. What would you like your legacy to be?
If I was to leave here today, I would if somebody just said, well, Koirtney was a great funeral director, I feel like I failed in life. My legacy is that he was a great person. He was a nice person. He was definitely a man of God. People wanted to follow him. They liked him. Some people don't like me, but the legacy that, he did well with his calling, and he gone home to be with the Lord.
That's it.
That's it.
I can dig it. And I mean, look, real talk. You ain't gonna tell it, but I'll tell it. You don't like nobody in the frat anyway. He said, hey, what's going on? I don't like you anyway. Never did. No, that's a tagline, her. Hey, you know I ain't really like you.
Well, it's just, one of our brothers, I don't like his kids. I don't like his grand. I don't like none of them. They get on my nerves.
But look, man, look, we appreciate you being on it again. Look, we want to shout out everybody for watching this. Make sure y'all hit the wait, hold on, look. Hey, he's out with our oldest. Look, we ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. Hey, but listen, y'all, look, make sure you hit the share button. And Brother Teat, man, thank you for being on, man. Yes. Man, it was a pleasure. So look, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in next week. I'm talking like Herm now. Look, we're gonna have more information for you. Just keep sharing this, keep following us, and we appreciate y'all. Have a great upcoming week. Right on. Later.